Today's trip down the Turnpike is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com. Welcome to Turnpike Sports. I am Dave Weishuttle, and as always, I'm joined by my producer and co-host, Doug Weishuttle. Doug, what a great 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July, post-4th of July, everybody.
4th of July.
Made it through another holiday, thank God.
Made it through a holiday, and 4th of July, of course, means one thing for us on the East Coast, and that's the Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest on Coney Island. And congratulations again to Joey Chestnut. Boy.
12th championship. I think it was the 4th time he's done 70 or more hot dogs. He won with 71. Came close to his own record, 74, but didn't do it this time.
Oh, it's always fun to see. I mean, that's kind of, it wouldn't be 4th of July without that contest.
I'm waiting to see when sports betting gets involved if they do a hot dog tracker.
I know. I don't think New Jersey was allowed to place bets.
No, but I'm just saying in terms of tracking the hot dog.
Yeah.
You know, speed of chewing, all that stuff, fastest chewer, all the different little sports, the data.
And, of course, we've had the NBA free agency period. We're still smack dab in it. Kawhi, as we speak, has yet to sign. So
as we're doing the show, it's Kawhi free.
Yeah. The Kawhi shoe has not dropped yet.
It's got to at some point. It's got to do it before probably some of this training camp stuff. I mean, they're doing the summer league now.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens there. But
sure, we'll talk about it later on in the show. And plus, we're debuting a new segment, the Turnpike Sports Book Report. All the news and happenings of the sports books around the country.
Yeah, and looking forward to adding that into the show and, changing out things up a little bit for the summer here, new format, all that stuff. So get in touch with us. You can call or text us at 609-512-5910. That's 609-512-5910. If you want to reach us at Facebook or Twitter, handle is at Turnpike Sports. Email us at info@turnpikesportsradio.com. That's how you get in touch with the show. And away we go.
And now it's time to take a trip down the Turnpike. And today's trip down the Turnpike is brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
Exit 1.
Okay, we're going to start off with the ever-expanding Vegas Stats and Information Network here. They just did another deal. While everyone's off for the 4th of July week, they're busy working. They entered into a deal with MSG to have Follow the Money air on the MSG network.
I love MSG. I mean, for a lot of people in New Jersey, it's part of basic cable, and it's great. It's the Knicks play on it, and it's owned by Dan Dolan, right? The owner of the Knicks.
Yeah, you know what? James Dolan.
James Dolan. What the hell do I call him?
Dan
Dolan.
Who's
Dan Dolan?
You want the alliteration.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's probably the only thing about Dolan people like.
I got his name wrong, so now I'm barred from the garden.
You were kicked out.
I'm kicked out of the garden.
But, been a busy week. Indiana released their regulations for their sports betting. They passed their sports betting law. They plan to launch sports betting in time for football season, September 1st. So what they're looking at doing is getting this emergency regulations going, getting ready to move ahead with sports betting, just the retail side, not the mobile yet.
No mobile.
And
you got to have mobile. My God, sitting here in New Jersey, we keep saying it. Mobile accounts for about 80% of the bets placed in New Jersey.
What's actually interesting about Indiana, it's one of the few states that has sports betting, but they're not requiring official league data sources.
Interesting.
So we'll see what happens with that. I mean, there's a lot of data companies out there that Indiana might be the place to put your bid in for. We have Arkansas became the 9th state. They had their first bet taken Monday of this past week at Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort in Hot Springs, Arkansas.
So were they the 9th state?
Ninth state to legalize and now launch.
Oh, they launched, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they had their the general manager of Oaklawn placed the first bet. He went with the Cowboys as a 7.5 favorite over the Giants, $5 down.
Well, that's a pretty smart bet.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the Giants look like they're not going to be doing too much this year.
I don't know. The Giants are a hot mess. I I guess Eli starting, but who knows? I hear the kid that they drafted is pretty good. We'll see.
I'm waiting for them to announce he's going to be starting because for some reason
Eli?
Over
Eli. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just seems like they don't know what they're doing. And last but not least, Maine has basically screwed up, I think.
Okay.
The governor, Janet Mills, was supposed to have the bill, went through the House, the Senate, and got to the governor for signature. She was supposed to sign it.
And she didn't. And
she shelved it.
She shelved it.
Amid concerns of expanding gambling.
There was one state where if the governor didn't sign it, it automatically became law. So Maine doesn't have that kind of stipulation in their law. So if the governor doesn't sign it, it means it's shelved.
Well, no, Maine, she specifically shelved it.
Oh, she said, I'm not doing this.
She has concerns about it.
All right.
So she's not signing it just yet. And the next time they can talk about it is when they have 3 legislative sessions in a row, which, according to the Maine calendar, might be January.
So they're missing football.
They're missing everything until 2020.
Okay.
Exit 2.
Okay, we got all these things in the esports industry going on, so why not another football team getting involved in esports? The Wilfs over in Minnesota, the Minnesota Vikings owners.
Huh?
Yeah, Vikings owners. They have announced that they are going to be launching an esports team.
Wow, okay.
Now, unlike what you see with some of the basketball teams launching esports teams in the basketball NBA 2K league, there's no comparative league for football. So they have decided to launch as part of the new Activision Call of Duty League.
Okay.
So that's going to be in 2020. They're going to be joining Atlanta, Dallas, New York, Paris, and Toronto.
Let me ask you something. When they're doing these leagues, I mean, I guess it's Minnesota. Is it based out of Minnesota since it's the Wilfs?
It's going to be.
Are all the teammates in that one specific area in Minnesota?
Has not been talked about yet.
Okay.
But they formed a separate entity called Wise Ventures. It's going to be run by the son of Vikings, former Vikings GM Jeff Diamond. Brett Diamond is going to be doing it, along with Ziggy Wilf's son.
Okay.
One of the investors is Gary Vaynerchuk. He's over here in New York, Vanier Meteor. He's one of the big investors in it. And they're going to be building a team campus inside the Innovation Center, which is on the 200-acre campus where the football team practices.
Okay, see, that was my... I always wondered about, when they say they're getting a team together, and especially I'll take the Minnesota Vikings as an example. Are these teammates all in Minnesota? Because if they're playing online or via computer, I guess they can be spread out around the country, but these guys are actually going to be in one place, huh?
A lot of times, especially for what they're going to be participating in, which is going to be the Call of Duty League.
Yep.
They got to be together. Because that's the way some of these tournaments work. You got to have your team there together. You can't play remotely in some of these things.
See, I don't know the dynamics of these teams. So it'd be interesting to see.
Well, I think Activision is off to a really good start. Like I said, they've got franchises in Atlanta, Dallas, New York, Paris, and Toronto, and now they got Minnesota.
Wow.
Each team has to pay $25 million franchise.
Okay, all right, wow. All right.
So,
that just got real. Wow.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
Exactly. So,
wow.
No, it's a big deal to start doing one of these things. And since there's no football esports league just yet, I'm sure that's coming down the road because you got soccer, you got basketball. Football's got to be coming.
Yeah.
They went to Call of Duty, which is a first-person shooter-up or a group shoot-'em-up kind of thing, depending on how you're doing the tournament here. But Minnesota Vikings have ventured into it. They're the second Minnesota professional team to do it. The Timberwolves also have an esports team, but that's part of the NBA 2K League.
Okay.
So that makes sense. Robert Kraft and some other NFL owners have esports franchises in the other Activision League, Overwatch.
Okay.
So Activision is collecting franchise fees left and right from the NFL.
Good for Activision.
Well, you know what? It's a way to get the NFL involved in some of this stuff, too. So I wonder what the NFL is going to do when sports betting hits esports, too. You got to wonder about that one.
Exit 3.
Staying with the esports theme here.
Okay.
You know how Budweiser has all these commercials during the NFL games and some of the other professional sports games where they're the official beer of this or, whatever they call themselves, the official beer of football or stuff like that. Budweiser is trying to corner the market now in terms of terminology. They filed 3 trademarks, all for gaming and esports. They filed the official beer of esports, the official beer of gaming, the official beer of gamers.
Wow. Okay.
So they're going all in with this. Bud Light's already a sponsor for the Overwatch League. They pumped in a lot of money for that.
So I'm assuming, what is it, Anheuser-Busch? That's the one who's applying for these trademarks?
Yes.
Wow, boy.
So it'll be
interesting.
interesting.
Trademarks are very lucrative. I mean, once you have that, you cornered the market, really. I guess everyone calls it a legal monopoly. So it should be interesting to see how that works.
I wonder if, considering these are broadcast, the esports things, I wonder if they're going to run into any trouble with, repurposing some of their old trademarks.
I don't know.
Because basically you've seen this phrase for all these other sports. It's
very interesting that a beer company or a liquor company is doing it because I guess the average age of e-gamers is the 20s, but you're going to have some people or players that are younger than 21, right? And I'm assuming they can't. Well, I don't think their labels are on their uniforms yet, right?
When you have a alcohol sponsor for some of these teams, they've had this in the past because Miller Lite's done this too. Anyone under 21 can't wear the patch.
Oh, okay, all right.
They can't be associated with the alcohol sponsor. And I just mentioned Miller Lite. I think it was 2 weeks ago we had the story on Miller Lite launching the can troller, which was the beer can in the shape of a esports thing. Maybe this is Anheuser-Busch's way to counter this.
I have yet to see that, but
it was a special giveaway.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what that looks like.
Yeah, so I think this is a smart move.
Yeah.
Especially if it's going to be on TV.
Exit 4.
Okay, everyone knows Major League Baseball is celebrating their 150th anniversary.
Yep.
So Topps, the trading card company, wanted to do something a little different. And they've come up with the Gary V Top Entrepreneurs in Baseball card deck.
So these are not players.
These are players.
These are players. Well,
they've made.
Why? What are they doing?
Well, what they're doing, it's a special insert. It's a 10-card deck.
All right.
Vintage looking with the old style baseball card look with the player on the front, stats on the back. But instead of baseball statistics, entrepreneurial statistics.
You mean after they got done with, or during, or after they got done with baseball?
All their business activities.
Their business activities. Okay.
Yeah. So here's an example. Jose Ramirez, the Cleveland Indians all-star third baseman.
Okay.
He has a salsa brand. He's got a Cleveland coffee company that he's part of. He's an investor in. And what these cards are going to do, have his picture on the front in his uniform, vintage-looking baseball card. On the back, it's going to say what his business interests are. Now, I don't know how they got some of these guys to disclose some of these things.
Well, hey, you know what? It's advertising. It's free advertising. So why not, talk about his coffee company or his salsa? I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, and again, if
I was a player, I'd jump all over it.
This is going to be this is actually kind of a unique marketing thing. This is Gary Vaynerchuk again.
Okay.
He's involved in this. These are his picks for the cards, the 10 players.
Now, this is a 10-player thing, one-time deal kind of thing?
No, they're going to be inserted into MLB trading card decks.
Okay, so this is...
You have to buy them to collect them.
Okay, all right.
You may get the same card twice. It's just an insert.
Okay.
Total of 10 cards. Collect them all. This is one of the reasons why...
that might be worth something one day.
That's what they're thinking.
That might be, for collectors, that might be something interesting.
But
It's very unique. I like it.
This is how Topps has been doing double-digit revenue over the last 3 years. Each year they've been doubling their revenue. And they come up with unique things. They even had some online trading cards, all that stuff. They've got all these different things. And I think... kind of a unique spin for the 150th anniversary of Major League Baseball.
I like it. I mean, it's been a long time since I've bought any baseball cards, but I should buy a pack. I want to see how they've changed throughout the years.
Well, again, it's a huge industry now. It's actually recycling because for a while baseball cards were the thing. Then they fell out of favor for a while. Now they're back into it because a lot of people are rediscovering collecting cards, like they did collecting comics.
Yeah, no, I got boxes of baseball cards from when I was a kid, so I have to go look. I think it might be worth money. I don't even know yet. So today's trip down the Turnpike was brought to you by Drizzly, your online liquor store. Available in over 95 cities across North America, Drizzly offers a huge selection and competitive pricing with a side of personalized content. Now there's no need to leave the house. Get alcohol delivered in less than an hour by Drizzly. Head on over to drizzly.com and order today. And now get $5 off your first order of $20 or more when using promo code DRINK19 at checkout. Shop beer, wine, and liquor with drizzly.com.
And as I mentioned at the top of the show, you can get in touch with us at Turnpike Sports. Call or text us at 609-512-5910. Facebook and Twitter, it's at Turnpike Sports. Email us at info@turnpikesportsradio.com. Don't forget to order your International Bikini Team calendar, info@internationalbikiniteam.org for the ordering information. Catch the show on your smart TV, Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV. Head on over to turnpikesportsradio.com and click on the link. Subscribe to the show through iHeartMedia, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, YouTube, and now you can even catch us on the radio.com mobile app.
And stick around because after this, it's our initial installment of the Turnpike Sports Book Report. Stick around. We'll be right back. Hey, this is Dave Weishuttle from Turnpike Sports with this week's Bet Flash. The Vegas Stats and Information Network has inked a deal with MSG Network for one of its shows to be broadcast on the network. The sports gambling show Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paul Howard can now be seen from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday through Friday on the New York-based network. PointsBet has announced it has entered into a partnership agreement with Hawthorne Racecourse in the Chicago area. The 20-year deal involves creating a sports entertainment venue on the property and also creating off-track betting establishments across the state of Illinois. And finally, legal sports betting has gone live in Arkansas. Last Monday, the first legal sports bet was placed at the Oaklawn Racing Casino Resort in Hot Springs. Placing the first bet was general manager Wayne Smith, who put $5 on the 7.5-point favorite Dallas Cowboys to defeat the New York Giants on September 8th. Sounds like a pretty solid bet. From the seaside to the desert, from the betting lines to the sites online, Turnpike Sports has got you covered. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at Turnpike Sports.
Haven't you heard? We don't need to hide anymore.
Now, we can shop privately for adult products at adamandeve.com. They've got massage oils, lingerie, and lots more we can't mention here. Use offer code SPICE404. They'll give you 50% off almost any one item, 3 free DVDs, free mystery gift, and free shipping. That's 50% off, free shipping, and more. Private shopping starts at adamandeve.com.
The Turnpike Sports Book Report.
Welcome back to Turnpike Sports. Wow, that was intense.
Some production value invested there.
The hell was that? Okay. Well, like I guess the guy in the thing said.
That was God. God did the voiceover for us.
Wow. Okay, well, hey, it's our initial installment of the book report.
And in the book report, we're just going to be talking about some of the goings-on with the different sports books around the country, where they're going to be going, what they're doing, who's involved with them, all that stuff. So we're going to start off with our friends over at PointsBet.
Love PointsBet.
PointsBet.
Oh, wait. By the way, see, this is the initial thing. Here, I forgot to do this because the opening threw me for a bit. But I want to tell you that the Turnpike Sports Book Report is brought to you by BorgataSports.com. Your favorite casino is now your favorite sports book, available anywhere in New Jersey, BorgataSports.com. Sign up at BorgataSports.com using our promo code PIKE, that's P-I-K-E, and you get a risk-free bet up to $250 and 20 bonus dollars at BorgataCasino.com. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See, that intense opening threw me for a bit. See, but I regained my professionalism and I jump right into the sponsor read.
And welcome to the show, BorgataSports.com.
Yes, welcome to. And now we're going to talk about another sports book.
Exactly. Like I said, or I was beginning to say, PointsBet has entered into a. Well, let me start over here. Illinois had passed their sports betting and gambling expansion bill.
Of course.
So PointsBet has entered into a 20-year partnership with the Hawthorne Racecourse, which is a...
it's an institution. It's
the longest continually run family-owned racetrack in North America.
And it's right near Chicago. It's a great place. And
they call it a Chicago area landmark.
It is.
So what they're going to be doing, they're going to be doing a premium retail sports book in the track.
Okay.
They're going to be working with Hawthorne to create, and I want to get this correct, a multifaceted world-class sports entertainment venue on the property.
Okay.
So I'm assuming that means TVs, internet, food, all that stuff. They're probably remaking things. It probably looked like some of the stuff they do with Topgolf.
Yeah,
very modern-looking stuff.
I love PointsBet. Partnership with Topgolf being in New Jersey. It's such a great area, great place, and I think they're going to do great at the Hawthorne Racecourse.
Oh, no, I think this was an actual really good move by PointsBet. I think they've got a deal in Iowa when that launches, too. So PointsBet's starting to slowly make its way across the country. They're one of the more unique sports books out there online. They're not a land-based. They're online only. So congratulations to PointsBet for getting into Illinois with Hawthorne. They're also going to be doing a lot of off-track betting through their app and some of the other online sites that they have.
You know, it's interesting. The big story, I guess, last week was that New Jersey, for the first time ever, beat Nevada in the handle for sports betting.
See, no, before you get into that.
Well, okay, well, let me just say this. But can you imagine when Chicago area gets involved, the population density there, and Illinois? I think
Illinois in general.
Oh, my God, it'll just going to be amazing. So what were you going to correct me? More bets. More money was bet in New Jersey than was bet in Las Vegas.
So you got a lot of people saying New Jersey beat Nevada. Now you got a lot of people saying, hold on a minute, because you got to look at the completed events. Because New Jersey includes futures. Nevada doesn't.
Well.
So, I mean, it's a slight difference. I mean, if you want to toot the Jersey horn, that's what you do. Handle to handle, New Jersey beat them. But there's a futures aspect to it that wasn't included in Nevada. So, take it for what that's worth.
Jersey beat Nevada.
There you go.
Jersey beat Nevada.
Moving over to the Rivers casinos, both of them. You have Sugar House just announced they're going to be opening their permanent sports book on the property.
Yes.
It's going to be, they've had that Philly man cave style sports book they have with everything PH.
Yes.
There's no F's involved.
What he's talking about is, when the Phillies won the World Series or when the Eagles won the Super Bowl, the big shirt was finally, but instead of the F, it was a PH. That's what they're doing at the sports book. There's no F's. It's all PHs. So
basically in Philly, the alphabet goes A, B, C, D, E, P, H.
Yes.
So what's going on? They've had that open since they started, and so they are now. Rush Street Gaming has announced they're getting ready to unveil its permanent sports book just before the kickoff of the NFL season. It's going to be a 5,300 square foot sports book, seating capacity of 115 people, 22 kiosks, and 6 tellers. So I'm waiting to see some drawings on it and everything else before they announce it. Hopefully we get a chance to see it soon.
Absolutely. I can't wait.
And with that announcement, the Rivers, and also people know Sugar House is going to be Rivers Philly at some point.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, so with Rivers Philly opening their new permanent sports book, we have Rivers Pittsburgh doing the same.
Okay.
Now, their temporary one I thought was nice. Mm-hmm. So they're opening up a brand new one. It's going to be 5,500 square feet.
Okay.
They're going to have a lounge as well attached to it, sort of like what Borgata did, but on a smaller scale.
I think you have to have a lounge now.
Yeah.
I think that's the model. Now you have food and drinks and sports.
Of
that's
course.
pretty much it.
250 by 7 LED monitors, so big screens. 24 TVs, 86 inches each, and 18 kiosks and 6 tellers. So, they're kind of mimicking each other. I wonder if this is when Rivers, Illinois launches their sports book. I wonder if it's going to look the same. I wonder if they're going to have a similar motif, because Rivers is trying to get a unified brand here.
Yeah, I think when I think a lot of the casino companies and the sportsbook companies have this one model. They have a they have a certain layout that works good for them. So if it's successful, stick with it.
Yeah, and everything's going to be changing. It's going to be Rivers Casino all the way around. It's going to be betrivers.com is going to be the app.
Yeah, well, I have the Play Sugar House
New Jersey
app on my phone, and that hasn't changed yet. So I guess later on down the road it's going to be Bet Rivers, but right now it's still Play Sugar House app on my phone. So I'm waiting for the update, but it hasn't come yet.
I'd be curious to see what they do with the New Jersey side of it, because there's no Rivers in New Jersey.
Well,
are they going to change that to Bet
sure,
Rivers?
well,
I'm assuming they have.
They have the license, so I'm sure the license will transfer, or if they even need to transfer, it's just a name change, really.
Well, transferring over to the last little tidbit here, I got two stories. They kind of involve the same situation here. Bet.works and The Score.
Okay.
I'll talk Bet.works first. They're going to be powering The Score's sports betting app.
Mm-hmm.
And just recently they released the names of their advisory board. And since the license for The Score is with Monmouth, Dennis Drazen's part of all this.
Sure.
Operator of Monmouth Park. You have Craig Levine. He's the Chief Strategy Officer of ESL and esports. It's an esports pioneer kind of guy. He was one of the first founders of ESL, all that stuff. Jay Moses is part of Take-Two Interactive, which does Rockstar Games and does all the 2K esports franchises and all that stuff. So one of the interesting things that was released was 2 of the investors, not part of the board, but 2 of the investors. So this is interesting. New England Patriots defensive end Richard Seymour.
Okay, who's, by the way, a really great poker player.
Yeah, he's always in some of the Caribbean stuff. I don't know if he's at the World Series this year.
Yep.
But he's always in the poker mix. And San Francisco 49ers safety Ronnie Lott.
I think it's great. I mean, when they do all that stuff, you you need spokesmen now. You need big name sports spokesmen, and I think those guys are really great.
And not to forget, because this was probably one of their best hires, they hired MGM Resorts International's former head of sportsbook, Jay Rood.
Which is great. I mean, you need someone who knows everything about sports betting to help head this up. So I think it's a great idea.
He joins as their chief risk officer to operate all their sportsbook operations.
Good.
And they're going to need him because they also entered into a deal with Elite Casino Resorts, which has 3 casinos in Iowa, which will be launching sports betting soon. They legalized it. They haven't launched it yet. They haven't actually issued the regulations yet. So when
they better hurry up. I mean, I know football is always the target date for up-and-coming sports book, so you always have to do that. And by the way, one thing about Score, you mentioned Score. I love the Score app. Love the Score app.
Well, here's your chance to
you're gonna
sing
talk
the
about
praises.
Score
I'm
now?
going to talk about the Score app now. Well, you might as well tell people what you think of the Score app itself right now.
Well, first off, I love the Score app because even though you can't bet on it on your phone, if I place a bet with one of my mobile sports books apps, I go to the Score app because they have fantastic notifications of it. If I bet on the Philadelphia Phillies, I can go to the Score app, go to that game, mark it down saying I want notifications. You can close game or every inning or every 3 innings. I that's one of those apps that if you're interested in sports betting, you need to have. I love the Score app.
Well, don't they even have now a section on sports betting news?
Yes, they have betting news, which is always great. So it's such a great app, and now from what you're telling me, sounds like they're going to get even better.
Well, you've actually had the Score app for a couple of years now.
Oh yeah, no, I've loved it for a while, even before sports betting. I always follow my teams and my sports, and
they were also good to use when you're doing fantasy.
They're great too, yeah, fantasy, because you can get notifications on the individual players, which also makes it good for prop bets. So it's one of those things. You can't live. 2 things. You can't live without Twitter because that gives you the who's hurt and who's playing and the lineups
and the most up-to-date news too.
And you can't live without the Score if you're betting or doing fantasy.
Well, these Canadians are getting ready to launch in New Jersey.
They're Canadian? I didn't know that. I didn't even know they're Canadian. So good for them.
Everything is coming from Canadians. We have NBA champions now from Canada. Now we're going to have our first sports betting app in New Jersey from Canada.
Great.
Now, John Levy, the CEO of the Score, he said they're going to be ready for the beginning of the NFL season. Everything's on course. They've got all their paperwork filed. It's really up to the DGE to make the final call as to when they can launch. So they're getting closer and closer. It's football season's only a couple of weeks away now. If you think about it, we're after July 4. You got a month and a half?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure when the Hall of Fame game is. I'm not sure if it's late July or early August. I'm not into preseason football.
Although I'm curious to see what they do for this year's Hall of Fame game, especially since it's the 100th anniversary of the NFL.
Yeah.
That's a side note, but the Score's sports betting app will be the 3rd and final skin for Monmouth Park. They've got William Hill and Play Sugar House on their as their skins.
Yep.
So this will be the 3rd and final skin, and they will be launching soon. The one big thing they have encountered and talked about, they said, was, this stuff that's going on with the Apple apps.
Yeah, they kind of have to redo their programming for the app for Apple anyway. Well, does that mean Android is coming out first, or?
Well, here's the thing with the Score. The Score is approaching it differently. The Score looked at the situation, and according to all the reports, the Scores told their engineers, trash the app for Apple. Start from scratch, make it native. So they're going to try and launch both at the same time, or within relative short amount of time between the two. They're going to have the Android when they launch immediately. They're all set to go.
Well,
but we'll see if they do that. And by the time they launch, we may see 2 others launching too. We've got Unibet and Bet365.
Okay.
Both are going to be launching their online sports books too, and that's going to be with Hard Rock Atlantic City.
So this is all New Jersey, huh? Boy,
this is all New Jersey.
How many betting apps is Jersey going to have?
With these 3, when they launch, there's going to be 20.
All right, good.
So, I mean,
I can't fit that many on my phone.
no one can.
Ugh.
No one can. So,
My phone's going to crash.
it'll be interesting to see. The Score sports betting app is going to be separate from the Score sports app, but there's going to be some interaction between them with regards to the data and all that stuff. But again, they're keeping them separate, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the Score does in New Jersey.
Sure.
Again, like you said, they probably had they're more used to working with data than a lot of these other things.
Yeah.
And they maybe have a leg up in certain areas.
Well, the book report was brought to you by BorgataSports.com. Your favorite casino is now your favorite sports book, available anywhere in New Jersey. BorgataSports.com. Sign up at BorgataSports.com using our promo code PIKE, that's PIKE, and you get a risk-free bet up to $250 and $20 bonus at BorgataCasino.com. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Well, we're knee-deep in the free agency period of the NBA, and with every move, it changes the odds in the sports books.
Boy, does it.
So, what a dramatic shift. And we're going to talk about some of those future bets coming up right after this on Turnpike Sports. New Jersey's sports betting market has exploded, and there's so many places to bet it can make your head spin. But PointsBet.com is the one online sportsbook you can't afford to ignore. PointsBet.com has everything a person would want in a sportsbook. Spread betting, moneyline betting, prop bets, you name it, you'll find it at PointsBet. Daily promos that can't be beat, odds boosters you won't find anywhere else, early payout promos, it's all at PointsBet.com. You can bet from anywhere in New Jersey using your mobile device. And now there's even a better reason to sign up with PointsBet.com. Go to PointsBet.com and sign up using our promo code PIKE, that's PIKE, and you'll get 2 risk-free bets up to $1,000. PointsBet is the preferred sportsbook of superstars Allen Iverson and Darrelle Revis. They even have the Revis Betting Academy hosted by Darrelle Revis himself. So sign up today at PointsBet.com using our promo code PIKE and start having some real fun. That's promo code PIKE, PIKE. PointsBet. Stay sharp. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. We'll get back to the show in a few moments, but I just wanted to take some time and tell everyone about Bean Genius, the smart specialty coffee subscription service. Bean Genius sells freshly roasted coffee from some of the best independent coffee roasters in the country. They feature over 2,000 specialty coffee blends, all at your fingertips at BeanGenius.com. Here's how it works. Head on over to BeanGenius.com and take their palate profiler test to find out what coffee best fits your taste. Then select from a variety of subscription plans. Every subscription comes with free shipping, and delivery can even be scheduled for once or twice each month. And based upon your review of each coffee blend you try, Bean Genius actually learns your individual taste preferences and then suggests future coffee blends for you. And now you can get 10% off your Bean Genius subscription when you use our promo code PIKE at checkout. Bean Genius offers a variety of subscription plans to suit any coffee lover's needs. Subscribe with Bean Genius today and start enjoying some of the best tasting coffee around. And save 10% off your coffee plan with promo code PIKE. When it comes to online sports betting, PlaySugarHouse.com offers players one of the best experiences in the state of New Jersey. They offer live in-game betting on sporting events worldwide, moneyline bets, point spreads, prop bets, play-by-play bets, and many more. All at PlaySugarHouse.com, your new home for sports betting in New Jersey. Take advantage of one of their 12 easy deposit methods to get in on all the action. And now, when you sign up at PlaySugarHouse.com using our promo code PIKE, they'll match your first deposit up to $250. More bets, better odds at PlaySugarHouse.com. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Welcome back to Turnpike Sports, and this portion of Turnpike Sports is brought to you by PointsBet.com. PointsBet has one of the best sign-up offers in New Jersey. Go to PointsBet.com and sign up using our promo code PIKE. That's P-I-K-E, and you'll get 2 risk-free bets up to $1,000. So sign ups today at PointsBet.com using our promo code PIKE and start having some real fun. That's promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. PointsBet. Stay sharp. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I got to get you a pre-recorded thing for those terms and conditions and the legalese at the end of this.
Well, I like on the when I read the commercials or when everyone reads the commercials for these, the gambling sites, you have to do that, must be 21, blah, 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 because that's part of the law. Everyone speeds it up at the end so they can ram it in and just fit it in at the end.
Well, the point being, and since I write most of the copy here for some of the commercials, you got to get the information out for the product itself, and then that 10 seconds of legalese kind of screws up your timing for everything. Yeah. So you can't get all the information out and get that in a regular time frame.
Yeah, like you speed it up.
But the other nice thing is when we're producing the TV spots, I can actually put the warning up on the screen and not worry about saying it. So I got to get you some pre-recorded stuff for this stuff.
Please.
All right, we're going to talk a little pre-Kawhi.
Yeah,
we're taping this.
Yeah, we're talking about the NBA free agency period and how this period has, I think, drastically shifted the power in the NBA, which drastically shifted some of the future bets for the NBA championship. So should be it's very interesting to see how quickly this happened.
I want to see exactly when Kawhi does sign. He may sign after we're finished taping.
He may go back with the Toronto Raptors. I'm not sure if that's going to change the favorites.
There are people reporting that he may be on the verge of signing a 2-year deal with Toronto. Jalen Rose on ESPN mentioned it, and I'll tell you, it affected the odds right away.
Really? Okay. Well, give us some of the odds. I know you have a list of them.
Well, here, I'll give you the tracking of what's going on.
This is prior to the Kawhi shoe ready to drop.
Over at Superbook USA.
All right.
The Lakers, after the Anthony Davis trade and they cleared space, suffice it to say, across the board, every sports book has the Lakers as the favorite.
So every sports, I mean,
they don't have a full team yet, but one of the ideas for what we were going to be talking about here is how free agency has affected a lot of the different teams across the NBA in terms of their odds in the different sports books. Take, for instance, the Celtics. Celtics have an interesting case. They were listed at 16-1 before the losing of Kyrie and was Horford to the Sixers, and also Rozier down to the Hornets. They brought in Kemba Walker. Their odds went from 16-1 down to 25-1.
Well, that's because everyone else improved in the East, I think.
I think also it's a case that, everyone's high on this young core of the Celtics team. I don't think they're as good as they were last year.
No, absolutely not. I don't think bettors think they are as good as they were last year. I think a lot of people are, it's addition by subtraction. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Well, again, you got in terms of, let's take a look at Superbook. Superbook has 9 teams ahead of the Celtics in terms of favorites to win the NBA title for this coming season, and 3 of them are in the East.
Sure, the East got
Raptors, Sixers, and the Bucks. The Raptors are assuming Kawhi's staying, it looks like.
Let me tell you something. I'd even put the Nets favored in front of the Celtics.
See, I can't do the Nets yet.
And
this is DraftKings actually kind of supports what I'm saying.
Okay.
DraftKings has the Nets as plus 2,000.
All right.
For the coming season. That's because there's no Durant. I just don't think that team is ready to be a contender this year. I think next year or 2 years down the road, you're going to see the Nets, pick up some steam and get to the NBA finals. I mean, if you can find a sports book that's going to offer next year's futures, I would do that one now on the Nets, because that's when the Nets are going to be actually contenders. Yeah. You're going to take a chance on the Nets. You're going to get what you pay for, which is a Durantless team. Mm-hmm. But you have the Sixers. who did a little addition by subtraction, I think. I've seen the Sixers in a couple different sports books at plus 1,200. Now, they lost Reddick. They lost
Jimmy Butler.
And
Jimmy Bucket. He's down in Miami now.
On a sign and trade.
Yep.
And they got back for him Josh Richardson.
Which is not bad.
Much better defender.
Okay.
They got Horford there from the Celtics. I think that was a great move because not only can he shoot three-pointers, he's also a great defender.
Mm-hmm.
And he was one of the few guys that could defend against Embiid.
So were they? They're plus 1,200 at DraftKings.
At DraftKings, and a couple others are all at plus 1,200. They may have one of the best, if not the best, defense in the NBA this coming season with those moves. So, they even lost the little guy that comes in for spell T.J. McCulloch.
Yeah.
So
McConnell.
So, it's just one of those things where this is an interesting one. New Orleans. People seem to be high on New Orleans. Again, I've seen really interesting numbers for them. Plus 8,000 at DraftKings. A couple other places have them about the same. They have a bucket load of draft picks from the trade to the Lakers. They got a whole bunch of young players as well. They just signed Reddick, J.J. Reddick, and it's going to be one of those things where I think they may be a value pick down the road, but not right now.
Well, I'm not putting any money on the Pelicans.
No.
Plus 8,000, that's a long shot. It's interesting. I see the list from DraftKings. The Warriors are plus 1,200 too, which they have the Sixers as plus 1,200 as well. So it's very interesting how those numbers are shaping out.
Well, the Warriors, if you go to William Hill, William Hill has them at 10-1.
Okay.
So they're not really the favorites. Again, Lakers are the favorites everywhere, basically. But the franchise took a hit. They're not the juggernaut that they were. They re-signed Klay Thompson, but they lost Durant.
Yep.
They got rid of Iguodala.
Yep.
Who is, I believe, at the Grizzlies.
Well, yeah, he's at Memphis. He doesn't want to be at Memphis. So,
no, well, he's negotiating a buyout from what I'm reading everywhere about that stuff. So we're going to see some shifting again. Iguodala may end up at another contender.
I wonder if the Warriors are a good value pick now. They're not a lot of people are high on them. Not a lot of people are thinking, they're the favorite. But you know what? They still have a lot of talent, and why not put some money on it? Plus 1,200, and what did you say? William Hill said they're 10-1. The plus 1,200 was at DraftKings, by the way. So, but they're 10-1 over in William Hill. So, I wonder if that's the value pick of the
that's going to change
the whole futures thing.
That's actually going to change again if they actually go through with what they're talking about with D'Angelo Russell. Sure. They just did a sign and trade. They're talking about trading him again.
Okay.
So, I think the Warriors thing is going to change one more time. Iguodala, there are talks that he may end up at the Lakers.
Interesting.
So that would actually, if you put Iguodala there, I think, in my mind, for me, that would actually make the Lakers actually the favorite. Right now, I just can't see that.
All I know is this year I'll never put a dime on the Knicks. So that's the New York Knicks are just awful, and they remain awful. They're continually awful. I don't even know. I'm not even asking the numbers for the Knicks because I don't even want to bother with that.
They are now, according to William.
Oh, you
Hill,
have the Knicks. Okay,
I have the Knicks.
Oh, this might be funny.
200-1.
Yeah, figures. Yeah,
they are the longest of the long shots.
Yeah,
they are tied with the Bulls, the Grizzlies, and the Pistons, Wolves, and Suns at 200-1.
Wow.
There's only two teams worse.
Two teams worse. Who would that be?
I'm sorry, three teams.
I
just saw them again. Take a shot. You want to take a guess?
Who are worse? You said the Bulls, right?
Yeah, Bulls are 200-1. We have a team at 250-1. We have a team at 300-1, and we have a team at 500-1.
Is Pelicans in there somewhere?
Pelicans are 75-1.
Really? Okay.
This is according to William Hill.
I don't think Zion's going to make that big of a difference this year, but
Zion with J.J. Redick?
I don't know about that, but who else?
I'll give you the 250-1.
Okay.
Wizards.
Okay, yeah, Wizards. I'm trying to think of who else is.
Is
Dallas?
No.
Anywhere?
Dallas is 75-1.
Okay.
They went down before free agency. Before free agency, they were 35-1. Dallas is now 75-1, according to William Hill.
Boy, I'm racking my brains. I mean,
They just helped out the Celtics.
I don't.
They sent Kemba Walker there.
Oh, Charlotte.
Yep.
Oh,
Charlotte.
yeah. Charlotte has nobody. Are they the worst?
Charlotte has the Terry Rozier now.
Yeah. Wow.
300-1.
Okay. Good.
No, one other team is worse at 500-1.
500-1. What team is worse at 500? What team is worse than Charlotte? I can't think of a team that's worse than Charlotte. What is
They had a guy go from them to L.A.
I don't know. What?
Cleveland.
Oh, boy.
I feel bad for Kevin Love.
Wow. Boy. Oh, so Cleveland is the worst?
Cleveland is the worst at 500-1, according to William Hill.
Wow. Well, this portion of Turnpike Sports was brought to you by PointsBet.com. PointsBet has one of the best sign-up offers in New Jersey. Go to PointsBet.com and sign up using our promo code PIKE. That's P-I-K-E, and you'll get 2 risk-free bets up to $1,000. So sign up today at PointsBet.com using our promo code PIKE and start having some real fun. That's promo code PIKE. PointsBet. Stay sharp. Must be 21 years or older and in New Jersey to place a bet. Terms and conditions apply. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Well, that'll do it for the reformatted, new and improved Turnpike Sports. We had the premiere of the book report, so looking forward to doing more of those.
See you next time on the Turnpike.